video of something I want to have a faff around with. So I was out and I was looking in a bookshop. I was just quickly looking through books, and I noticed that someone had done in this book. I forgot what it was called. It was kind of like a cheap food type of book, which I'm always kind of interested in. And he'd done, I think it was I forgot his name, a roast tomato salad with feta. And I kind of thought, I want to have a go at that. But then I was thinking about it, and I always find that tomatoes are, there's lots of seeds and water in tomatoes, and I kind of thought I don't really want it to be too wet, the salad, because there's plenty of moisture in a tomato anyway, but I don't want the excess liquid from the seeds. I don't want to eat the seeds either, and I don't want that pulpy bit in the centre. So what I thought we'll do is we'll roast the tomatoes, but we'll roast them without the seeds and water bit in the centre. But we'll keep the structure of the tomatoes, so we'll just run our finger through these tomatoes just to get out the seeds. I mean, we're not going to get all the seeds out, but I just want to remove them. So just like that, pretty straightforward. Now, you don't have to, but I just kind of think if something will roast quick, if there's less liquid in the pan. So, doing that, let's get rid of those seeds. And then I thought what we'll do is, once the tomatoes are roasted, we might just strain out the seeds from that liquid, and we might just put that liquid back in the pan to deglaze the bottom of the pan from all the delicious tomatoey juices. So, season these tomatoes with some pepper, and I put the vine tomatoes, so I'll put the stalks in the bottom of the pan as well, and I'll put a little bit of salt in each, not too much, but it certainly wants to be seasoned. You can always season afterwards. The rule of salt is you can always add a little bit more. Very difficult to tell. Take salt away if you've over seasoned. And then I haven't got out the olive oil. I know I've got some olive oil. I know I'm nearly out of olive oil, so I need to buy some more. Just a mild, cheap olive oil. If I'm honest, I find olive oil a little bit too strong. The extra virgin stuffs strong and bitter. Maybe it's just the ones that I've been buying or trying, but yeah, I once worked in a restaurant where we made confit tomatoes. And I thought I'd infuse the oil before I put it on the tomatoes, and I infused it with basil stalks because that's what was around the kitchen, and it was just awful. But anyway, the oil was, threw it away. Didn't tell the chef. And then we've just got a little bit of thyme in the garden, so just a few bits of thyme in each one. 1 or 2 will be fine. And then hot oven quickly. I suppose I could have grilled them, but I don't want to have to watch them. We'll just put them in them at 220 degrees, I think, and I think that'll be enough. We can always add a little bit more time afterwards. Stock can go in as well to go into the bottom. So those in the oven, 200 degrees, 220 I think, and then we'll strain the seeds out of that, and then we're going to so got some feta left over from work from the weekend, so that's what we'll crumble into it. So it'll just be a simple roast tomato and feta salad. Right, so these are sufficiently charred. Let's get them out of there onto the plate, and then have a look at the bottom of that roasting pan. I don't want it, hopefully it hasn't charred too much. A little bit stuck. Mind you, a little bit of burn. It's not a bad thing, is it? But I'm just quite curious. It's a bit hot. We don't want the stalks, but they will have imparted some flavour into the bottom of the tray. Hopefully not charred it. So, although I've left this a little bit too late, I'm going to go swimming. So, I might just have to reheat this when I get home. But it might be better for being reheated. Now, that's the juice from the tomatoes, so we'll put that in there. move it around. Still got the oven on, so we might just put it back in the oven, and it creates a bit of a... I don't think that's burnt. You can see how it's picked up, darkened in colour already, and it's got some oil in it. So let's give it a flat. Let's give it a taste. See how it's picked up all that flavour. No, that's nice. That's nice, but it does need a bit of vinegar in it. So this is an experimental vinegar I've been faffing around with. So that much. We can always add a little bit more, and then we'll put that back in the oven and reduce it down. No, we'll add the oil afterwards. Let's just taste again. See if it's vinegary enough. I think that'd be nice with that. So back into the oven. Oh, I shouldn't wash that. Back into the oven just to evaporate off some of that tomato liquid. Now I could have put that liquid in when we roasted those, but the danger is that the tomatoes would steam in that liquid rather than actually roast like that. So I don't think we'll need any more salt. So we'll just reduce that for 10 minutes in the oven. I'm tempted to put it on top of the stove, but it's an enamel pan and I don't want to make it explode. Right, I am back from swimming. I reduced that down before I went, so that's nice and tasty now. So I was kind of thinking about this while I was swimming, and potentially didn't have to take the tomatoes out to reduce the liquid down. Could have still done the same process, but as those tomatoes were just about getting ready to be at that stage, could have thrown in the tomato liquid into the pan and it would have evaporated off kind of quite quickly in the pan. Added a little bit of vinegar to it, probably could have done it that way. So I'm just going to warm these back through, so I think it'd be nicer a little bit warmer. So I'll put these back in here, and then that will warm tomatoes and it will warm the dressing, and then we can just do a little bit of a put it all together last minute, I think. Yeah. So, but that's, you know, I'm only faffing about a bit, so I think a little bit more vinegar just to loosen the juices up a little bit, and then back in the oven for 5 minutes just to heat through. Could have done it in the microwave, and then onto the plate with a bit of oil and the feta, and then we'll see what it's going to be like. Right, this will be warm enough because I'm hungry. Oven off. We don't need to waste any power, do we? So yeah, I don't think you need to do it my way. I think we could have just added the liquid at the end just to evaporate off with a bit of vinegar. Let's do it. A few couple of bits of feta in the cavities. So I'm kind of thinking it's a bit like a sun-dried tomatoes, isn't it? Which is a very 90s thing. They were everywhere in the 90s. And then a few more bits. Feta, and then the final two on top with a bit more feta, like that. It's raining outside, otherwise I would go and get something green from the garden. And then that's nice and reduced. I want a bit of pepper on, don't we? Bit of pepper. Taste this juice. That's nice. So, and then, so it's almost gone look a little bit balsamic-y. Very nice. And then a little bit of oil. And maybe a few more bits of feta. Just so it looks white. Not too much feta. Would have been nice on some toast of this. Right, so let's take a picture. So let's give it a taste. That's lovely as that. Now that's lovely as that. And we don't need balsamic vinegar, do we? We just need a bit of any old vinegar. That's lovely. I would certainly do that for a barbecue. Could even maybe cook the tomatoes on the barbecue and then no, you couldn't, because then you couldn't reduce the juices down. But very nice, a success.